the hardest part of that was just putting on the slingshot. I feel like my arms kind of grew. I'm guessing they grew a little bit, so I have a size large slingshot, and apparently I have size extra large arms. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of AM Training. It is week 8, and week 8 is going to be my favorite week because you just saw me bench and pretty much squat heavy singles. And heavy singles is pretty much what I'm about because, of course, I'm a powerlifter. Even though you're doing heavy singles, it's almost like a volume PR. You're going to have to hit a PR here in week 8 in the Rippler program because pretty much you're doing 9 sets, with the last set being AMRAP, and with that, this is kind of a confidence booster. I mean, I just did 455, and you saw that, I pretty much, the weight moved really well, and then after that, you just pretty much make up for it. And this is what Cody Lefevre, French ass name, of course, he says that that's the way to kind of up your volume and your intensity at the same time, according to his videos and his YouTube channel. So it's kind of a good technique to have, even though you're still doing singles and it going up with the periodization and intensity. You still have that volume to still give that effort. So sometimes I know with other training programs, I've noticed that even though the intensity goes up, your volume really drops down. So, but if you just pretty much calculated everything I did for this week, 12 repetitions, and that 12 kind of, you can kind of see it as like, 3 sets of 4 or 4 sets of 3, and that's still getting some work done. And I'm pretty excited on how everything felt and looked. There was very minimal breakdown with all my technique, at least what I thought there was. I mean, I probably could have paused the bench a little bit longer. That was probably my only thing, but I don't think it was because it was due to like fatigue. Usually fatigue kicks my ass and I'm like just freaking going everywhere. My butt lifts off but everything is going well, especially with the bench and squat. So I'm pretty excited, because if you were to do like a 1 rep max calculator, everyone knows Epley's formula, which is like get your weight times your reps times 0.0333 and add that weight right back on again. So if you were to do that formula for me for my 455, of course the higher the reps is going to be, the more skewed the data. So if you were to say I had a fresh full 5 reps, which is safe to say that I would have with 455, I would have over like 520 for your squat, which I know it doesn't transfer over so much, but I mean, that is pretty awesome, because again, like I said, it felt really like butter. I just had some iced coffee and I feel basic AF, but I'm loving this coffee. It's just pretty much something you get at Walmart. I mean, it's just iced coffee it's not fancy from Starbucks or anything like that, but I feel like it's just the perfect pre-workout for me, because it has enough sugar. Just enough sugar. Yeah, I'm feeling it. It's just enough sugar and enough caffeine where I feel warm. And I feel like that's a good indicator, at least for me, is that all these pre-workouts, they tend to do well, but the best ones that I like make me kind of feel warm and fuzzy inside, and not where I'm too jittery and crash. Because a lot of the times with all the caffeinated ones, I feel like I crash into all those little stimulants. I feel like I kind of get too antsy. I mean, I have a nice burst of energy in the beginning of the workout, but then I tend to burn out after warm-up, which is not something I want to do. So with the iced coffee, as you see, I feel like most of my training that I do with just regular iced coffee feels pretty damn good. Plus, it's cheap compared to if I were to get like a pre-workout, which the pre-workout that I have is pretty much gym. Everyone loves the JYM gym one, according to what I see a lot of people use. Besides being a YouTuber, everyone loves Gzcl. Yeah, but I ain't about that life. I can't sponsor something or get sponsored, of course, because they don't know about me. But also, I can't endorse something I have never tried, and it's probably expensive AF. There goes my sponsorship with Gzcl. Anyways, like I said, I think it's a good indicator where you are pretty much feeling warm. At least, like I said, for me, I feel warm during workout, and it just feels good, and nothing too much where I'm gonna crash and pretty much burn. All right, see you in there. so this is the part of the video where I pretty much conclude the whole week. This is week 8, of course, and you just saw my slingshot and the deadlift, and no one really cares about the slingshot, so I'm not going to talk much about it, except the hardest part of that was just putting on the slingshot. I feel like my arms kind of grew. I'm guessing they grew a little bit, so I have a size large slingshot, and apparently I have size extra large arms. For the deadlift, you saw pretty much a bunch of singles, so, and that's the cool thing about this is that it's got to be a deadlift PR. I mean, I've done so much singles, I've pretty much good 9 sets of them. So I pretty much resetted all my deadlifts for the past 11 years. Only recently, for the past maybe, I want to say 10, 11 weeks, I've been doing touch and go, and I've noticed my tightness. I notice a lot of the tightness under when I'm in that starting position, and I mean, you saw that nice 360 point of view with all my deadlifts, which pretty much all my lifts for this week, I did pretty much a whole 360, kind of see all my form. Not only does that have kind of, I guess, the YouTube angles, but for me personally, I like to review over and see every angle that I can and see what's going on. You know, those G4P angles. So with those angles, you kind of see that I do lose my bar path, at least initially in the pool, and that's what Candido said, that, you know, it's really hard and strict with the timing with sumo, but in my defense with touch and go is that, first of all, I'm not bouncing my touch and go with my sumo. I'm really just kind of, it's almost like a pause floor deadlift where you pause on the floor and you kind of go. That just teaches me tightness, and with my defense for sumo touch and go is that, like, the 3 out of my 9 sets, I kind of misgrooved, but luckily for me, I just still kept tight and I was able to recover. Usually if I misgroove just a little bit, I'm completely thrown off and I'll fail the rep, but with all my touch and go work, I feel like I was able to recover real quick and just really blast through. That is why I'm going to continue to keep doing touch and go. I'll probably cycle them off for next time I do Rippler. So far everything's going pretty well. I think I will continue this Rippler program, and just for me, I tend to do programs pretty long. The only exception was maybe the TSA program. I'm not sure if that was just because I was, you know, just stressed out of my mind and it didn't do so well because I was getting, you know, 3 to 4 hours of sleep along with taking about 9-10 classes along with working. But yeah, let's go ahead and stop right there because I think my first commentary on this was a little long, so hopefully this is not a 25-minute video. But anyways, train hard, train smart, stay tuned for next week because it's still gonna be Rippler and it's still gonna be AMRAP for the last set, and I'm still gonna be making gains. At least I hope so. Thumbs up, everyone's opinion, and of course, if you follow me, you know that Candido follows me, and that's pretty awesome because he follows like less than 150 people, so I'm kind of a big deal. But so I answered the question: is touch and go? What are you guys' thoughts on touch and go with deadlifts? And so, do you think that